growth markets, particularly like in Asia and Latin America, where diversity is a relatively new concept. I think that quotas can serve more as a baseline, but not necessarily. I think there are times when there needs to be more focus on raising awareness for diversity, and really providing training programs for leadership and for executive management, middle management, especially in the middle management layers of an organization, right? There's a lot of need, and I think there's a great opportunity for organizations to embark on offering training, building awareness with respect to the role of diversity. When diversity is mentioned in some of the growth markets, traditionally gender and people with disabilities come to mind. Yeah. But diversity is multidimensional. Yeah. There are several different types of diverse communities and imperatives related to diversity. In addition to gender and disabilities, people with disabilities, we also focus on the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, the LGBT community worldwide. That's one of our global diverse communities, and along with cross-generational. And a large component of our cross-generational community is our attention to Gen Y. So those four communities, along with our global priorities, which again will focus in on diversity and development of leaders, cultural adaptability, supplier diversity, marketplace diversity, right? So diversity really, in essence, is a multi-dimensional approach to, in the workplace. And it's something that enterprises really can't solely just focus in on one component, because then in the spirit of being, of formally addressing diversity, you're narrowing your ability to fully leverage diversity. As India emerges as a global economic power in the marketplace, I think a lot of local Indian enterprises are realizing the need for appreciating diversity fully, especially since many of them want to go global. And local Indian entrepreneurs are realizing the need to appreciate and leverage differences, because they're not able to apply their local business models abroad. In order to be successful in the foreign markets, they need to customize that business model in order to better understand the needs and wants of those target markets. And so within India, there's been a lot of attention on gender and people with disabilities. And just recently, IBM partnered with Goldman Sachs and Google and Community Business on launching the first ever LGBT resource guide for employers in India. There's just such tremendous opportunity within India in order to fully embrace diversity. So I think the journey is very young. I think it's at the very early stages of it, but there is tremendous opportunity for us to really take diversity to another dimension within India. We live in a world today where there exists a wide range of social media tools and collaborative frameworks from which enterprises are able to transform their environments very quickly in order to invite their employees and management to share ideas and to formally capture those ideas in these type of collaborative frameworks. At IBM, our collaborative framework is Connections. It's a dynamic network of employees, partners, co-workers. It enables us, through a wide variety of tools within Connections, it enables us to share information and to capture those ideas and various, work outputs that emerge from day-to-day conversations. And that data, transforming the data into knowledge, helps us to be effective decision makers and to more effectively respond to the marketplace. Well, I think it's really important for an enterprise, those enterprises that are very interested in embarking on this diversity journey, to take the first step and really do a candid assessment of how diversity is perceived in the workplace today, to really understand what are some of the key challenges, right?
Yeah, where are we in the
That's right. Where are we, right, benchmarking your enterprise's ability to understand diversity to those enterprises that have, in essence, incorporated diversity as part of their DNA. That candid assessment allows you to, in essence, develop what I call more of the roadmap. It helps you to understand what are some of the current challenges and opportunities that your enterprise will face. Secondly, once you conduct that candid assessment, then I think it's really important to understand what are ways that you're able to position diversity as an effective business driver to not only address your workforce, but how do you address the marketplace? How can you leverage diversity to create business opportunities for your enterprise, right? So it's a journey that will take significant buy-in across all levels of the organization. So one of the in addition to the health check, I think training and creating that type of culture from which you're able to raise awareness for diversity, the role of diversity in the workplace and marketplace, I think is paramount. It's of paramount importance in order to do that. It really depends on stakeholder buy-in. One of the things that IBM has really emphasized over the years is to constantly build stakeholder support for diversity, especially in our journey to effectively address our growth markets, right? And so a lot of the work that we do is to really have one-on-one conversations, expose our senior executives to the role of diversity, and to really emphasize the point that diversity is not just an HR program, right? It's an integral component of an enterprise's business strategy. And if they're able to understand the unique business benefits of formally and proactively addressing diversity, then they're able to very quickly understand why they need to invest in diversity. So it's really building executive buy-in first, and then leveraging that executive buy-in in order, to have them serve as champions to help them drive the message downwards.